Hey, this is James for UTG TV, and we are in a basement right now. Actually, we're at a bar. We're in a basement bar. And I'm hanging out with, we'll let them introduce themselves as we go down the line.
Hey, I'm Dexter. I'm the lead singer.
Chachi, the drummer.
Steve, bass. Travis, guitar.
One of you should probably say what band you're in.
We're in Saraph, by the way.
You can do the interview as whatever band you want, I guess.
BTW UTG. We're Saraph.
All right, so let's start really simple, since a lot of people outside of obviously your built-in fan base that visits the site don't know a lot about Saraph other than the review that we had on the site. Someone give us a history of Saraph.
Basically, we formed Ferris State University. All of us are music industry management students, except for Dex and Travis. We formed, so I guess half of us. We started out as a cover band. It wasn't really what we wanted to do, so we picked up Travis for plays a guitar player, and started getting the ball rolling, playing rock music, kind of combining influences. Us three had been in a band before together, so we were pretty familiar with each other, and we picked up Dex at college through a kind of like a Facebook ad, and had him try out on drums, and he ended up being a singer, so it tells you about his drumming and about my singing.
My singing and your drumming.
So yeah, and then we've been working hard on a local following, building up regional respect, and here we sit now.
Now, if you had to describe the sound of Saraph to somebody, how would you do it?
It's rock and roll that you'd hear on the radio today, basically. You know, we try and do a lot of riff rock and stuff like that, but with a lot of like modern rock, catchy choruses. I think that's what we're going for.
Yeah, definitely a lot of hooks. I mean, we have a lot of different influences, and I think that maybe not in, like, every song with us can be different. I mean, we have some stuff that's extremely alternative, and some stuff that's a lot more dumbed down rock and roll, and I think it has a lot to do with us listening to everything from, I mean, Steve listens to, like, everything from Black Sabbath, Queens of the Stone Age, and we go to Kings of Leon, and we go to Guns N' Roses, Motley Crue, and then all the way, I mean, some of us listen to alternative stuff. Travis and me, you could get caught listening to, like, NSYNC and Panic at the Disco. So,
Often.
Right.
Often.
The cred has been killed. Alright, now, it seems that right now in the music scene, there are not a lot of more mainstream rock acts trying to come up, especially in the Michigan scene. So, how has it been different for you guys to kind of rise up, whereas if you were a hardcore band, it'd be much easier to get shows and do things like this? Has it been a little bit different for being more of a mainstream sound?
You know, I think it's just like basic marketing principles. I think there's still people out there that want to hear the rock music, you know, the same way that we do. And I think that we're just giving those people what they want right now, you know. Like you said, you know, it's kind of saturated with metal and hardcore and stuff like that, especially in different areas of Michigan. But there are also a lot of areas that they're not getting the rock and roll that I think that they crave. And Sarah's giving it to them, man.
Basically, when I ask Michigan, you know, what do you need?
What do you need?
But yeah, it's definitely tough. I mean, we have trouble finding bands to play with more than anything. I mean, a lot of venues are becoming more open to anything, and I appreciate that. You know, if they want to have rap one night, rock one night, you know, whatever they want to do, or even on the same bill. But we definitely have trouble finding bands that are either they're not like completely just pop or completely metal or completely like soft rock. There's not a lot of things close to us. Not that we're super original. Yeah. There's just nothing right now around us.
Not that you're claiming like we are the one and only.
Yeah,
we're not.
It's not available around.
We're not finding it if it is, you know.
So if you're out there, you want to make a personal ad for other rock bands?
Please come play shows with us. If you can bring people.
All right, so let's get down the line here. Travis, why don't you tell us a little bit about the songwriting process for Saraph?
Well, it usually starts out with like just me and Steve come up with a riff, and then one of us will give it to each other, and then he'll write a riff for the next part, and then someone will write the chorus, and then we'll just give it to bring it to practice when it's at least halfway done, and the main part's done, and then Chacha put drums, and Dex comes in just lays down vocals on it. It's pretty simple. I mean. Either he'll start it out, I'll start it out. Yep. We all put something in. I mean, none of us have ever wrote an entire song by ourselves. Mm-hmm. Like solely.
No Sully Earn in the band.
Yeah. It's always collectively.
I think that's one thing we do pride ourselves on. We function as a unit. I don't think that Saraph would work if we replaced anybody or lost anybody in the songwriting process.
Now, lyrically speaking, Dex, is it everyone that writes, or do you just write the lyrics?
I write the lyrics. I take suggestions and stuff, and the guys are definitely quick to say like I like what you were singing right there. It's mostly a lot of babble bullshit and stuff. When we first just try stuff out, I'm just trying to get melodies down or whatever. But if I find something that catches them, they'll let me know, and I kind of go off their feedback. But I mean, lyrics have been most me.
Well, I did see a video of this Drugs song that I hadn't heard before.
Right.
I want to talk about the song a little bit. It has a very classic rock feel to it. Like the hook is very speaks a lot of like 70s rock to me.
Cool.
I like that. But what's the story behind this?
Well, I mean that's actually a exact representation of tongue in cheek what I was talking about. The song's called Drugs, and the main chorus is everybody needs some drugs. But it's not like everybody should go out and do drugs. It's more like we're in a society right now that everybody's getting pushed to do drugs instead of do work on their own to kind of get better. If you're depressed, you just take some pills, and it's a lot less focus in our society on trying to do work with yourself or trying to help somebody else out, and more just, hey, you should go see a doctor and get some pills to try and correct yourself. So that's more of what the meaning of this song is.
It's working for you.
Thanks.
I enjoy it.
All right, man.
I enjoy it.
That's definitely a good representation of where our new album is going.
Yeah.
I mean, we're still coming into a comfortable sound for all of us, and I think that song is a good representation of it. Hell to Pay, Off the Business, that kind of stuff is definitely where we're starting to kind of veer towards now.
Nice little name drop for your own EP. You want to do it one more time before we move on?
Hell to Pay is a hell of a single on The Business, so you should check out The Business.
It's for sale, by the way.
Business for $5.
It's for sale.
Since Steve hasn't said one word so far,
He doesn't.
Steve,
as is typical.
you were just on tour. You wanna tell us? Want to sum up the tour?
It's a good times. Lots of broken shit, and that's about it. Good times and broken shit. Some music along the way.
We played some shows,
Yeah.
I think.
We were out on tour with Joan Red, a bunch of good guys. We had a great time for our second tour. I don't think we could have asked for like a better time, better group of guys to go out and have to spend every day with.
Very cool guys.
Yeah. So
What's next? I mean, obviously college starts up next week. I know y'all come from Ferris, and most of you are still technically college students. Dex. Not so much. Oh. But so what happens to Saraph starting in like next week once school kicks up? You guys going?
We're all at least postponing our education, except for Dex. Dex has got a piece of paper that says he's legit. So the rest of us are just.
In case you were wondering what James was getting at, I didn't drop out.
Yes,
I did.
Yes, we did. So we'll be touring. We just actually
A lot more booking.
signed like a short contract with Lane Productions out of Ohio, booking agency, and we don't have a lot of word on him. Joan Red started working with him, and we saw some things he was doing for them. He expressed interest in us, and we are interested in having a booking agent that can keep us busier than I can, because we want to play a lot more than I can throw us down, and this guy said he could do it. So look for us hopefully all over the place very, very soon, either with somebody else or with ourselves, or definitely after we get a couple more tours
Playing
down.
with ourselves, playing with friends.
Yes, we'll be doing lots of those. I would definitely say, we'll do a couple more shows or tours with bands, Joan Red or the equivalency of, and hopefully maybe something larger in the near future.
Fingers crossed.
Yes.
All right, well, that does it for our interview time here with Saraph. If you keep looking around the site, you'll eventually find UTG TV acoustic videos of Saraph, which we're about to shoot. We're trying to close the interview. And, you guys want to say goodbye, everyone?
Thanks a lot. Thanks for watching, guys.